Hello everyone, in this video I will discuss about how to add element into the list. So the first question here, what is list? In Python language so many data structure we are discussing. One of them is list, and because of the mutable nature of the list we are able to add element into the list and to delete element from the list. Now what is the mutable and immutable, that I will discuss into another video. So here main focus is how to add element in the list. How to add element in the list. Now first I will create the list, a blank list I will create, or you can create the list with some elements also. So L1 is equal to blank list, one empty list I have created here. This is a empty list, right? Or you can create a list with some elements also, like L2 I am creating 23, 45, 12. So this is the list with 3 elements, or I can refer it as a non-empty list. Let me yes, so 2 lists I am having, one is L1, another one is the L2. So the question is, I want to add one element into the list, either we can take L1 or L2. So the question is, add 67 in list L1. How to add? Here we are not specifying the position that where I want to add. Simply they are telling just add 67 element in the list L1. So for that purpose we are having one function, that is the append function. Append function is used to add the element, whatever the element is provided at the end of the list. Because we are not providing the position, so by default where it will add the element at the end of the list. So L1 I will take L1 dot append 67, right? Now the thing to notice here, append is a function. In the function I am providing one argument. Here 67 is going as a argument. So here the thing is, append is a function which is taking one argument, and that argument will be the element which we want to add. Because we are not providing any position, so by default it will add this 67 at the end of the list. So here our L1 list is empty list, it will not be visible. So for the sake of reference I am adding 67 element into my another list also, that is L2 dot append 67, right? So after that let's see what is my L1 and L2 after appending 67 into it. So I am printing this one L1, right? And similarly I am printing L2. So we will see the output. After seeing the output we will see that 67 is added at the end of the list, right? So let's execute this one. 3 demo.py. Yes, wait a second. List L1 is list L2 is yes, list L1 is 67. Our list L1 was empty, so 67 is added. And if you will notice, our list L2 is 23, 45, 12, 67. Here you can see that 67 is added at the end of the list, right? We are not having any option. By default it will add at the end of the list, because append is a function which is taking only one argument, and that argument will be the element which you want to add. Position we are not specifying. Now maybe sometimes situation will be like that at a particular position you are supposed to add the element, right? For example, you are having the name list of all the students in your class. I have arranged all the names in the alphabetical order, right? And after some time or after some days, one more student is coming into the class. It is not necessary that name of that student will start with Z only. It can start with any alphabet, right? So I need to add that element or that student name in between the list. So I will have to specify the position. For example, here my list is 23, 45, 12 and 67. I want to add element 56 I want to add, and that I want to add after 12, right? So indexing already you know. Okay, just wait a minute. Now my list is L2 is equal to wait a second, 23, 45, 12 and 67, because we have added one element. So list is a sequence data type 0, 1, 2, 3, because in every sequence data type we can refer each element, because 23, 45, 12, 67, these are the elements of this list. Each element can be referred using one index value. Only those index value I have assigned to each element. Index value is starting from the 0, so that's why I have given 0, 1, 2, 3. Now what I need, I want to add 56, right, after 12. How can I do? It means the index position of the 56 will be 3, right? So at a particular position I want to add, means I want my list like this: L2 is equal to 23, 45, 12, 56, 67. Here I am not adding element at the end of the list. At a particular position I am adding the element, right? So for that purpose we are having one insert function. So here two things we are providing. First is the element that we want to add, and second is the position where you want to add. So what will be the index position of 56? 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So at third position, right, at the index position of 3, I want to add 56 in my list. So let's execute this one. For that thing we are having one function, insert. So L2 dot insert. Two arguments we will provide, because insert is also a function. It takes two arguments. First argument will be the position where you want to add, and second argument will be the element that you want to add. So here you have seen already, at third position I want 56, so that only I will write here. First argument is the position, second argument will be the 56, right? After that let's print our L2. Let's see the output. Now you can see 56 inserted at third index value. Now we get to know how to insert the element at a particular position. Okay, here if I want to add any element at the beginning of the list, what should be the command? L2 dot insert, because I want to add at the beginning of the list, so index will be 0, 0 comma 2, alright. So it will insert element 2 at 0 position. And again I am printing my list. Let's see the output. Oh, first let me see that one. Just see 2 is inserted at the beginning of the list. So now you know how to add element at the end of the list, how to add element in between the list, and how to add element at the beginning of the list. Right. Now the next question is, it can be the case that multiple elements you want to add into the list, right? If you want to add multiple elements, many elements at a time, then first of all you will create another list of those elements. So L3 I am creating 23, 45, 89. So this is the collection of the element, or these 3 elements I want to add in my list. How can you do? So for that purpose we are having extend function, and extend function, of course it is a function, so it will take argument, it will take one argument only, and that argument will be this list. So L2 dot extend, and in that one argument will go, that argument will be list. Type of that argument will be list, right? So let's see the output. What will be the list? Anyways, it will add all the elements at the end of the list. So our final list is this one: 2, 23, 45, 12, 56, 67. Up to 67 we were having the element. After that 3 elements we have added 23, 45 and 89, and these elements are added at the end of the list. So here we have discussed 3 functions. Now I am coming at the conclusion, right? So 3 functions we have discussed. First one is the append function. In append function we are providing only one argument. That argument will be the element which you want to add. Because we are not providing any position, so by default it will add the element at the end of the list, right? Second requirement was, if you want to add element at a particular position, right? So for that thing we are having insert function. It will take 2 arguments. First argument will be the position or index value, here you want to add that element, and second argument will be the element itself which you want to add. And last function that we have discussed is extend function. Extend function is used to add many elements at a time into the already existing list. So first you will create a list of those elements, and that element or that list you will provide as a argument. Right? Sometimes question can come that how many arguments your append function is taking. It is taking only one argument. What is the type of that argument? That will be of type of the element which you want to add. Then insert, it is taking 2 arguments. Both argument first argument will be the position. So always it will be a index value. It will be an integer, either positive or negative. Alright, because index value can be positive or negative. And second argument will be the type of the element which you want to add. So it will depend upon the, or data type of that argument will depend upon the type of the element. Now if I am talking about the extend function, it is also taking only one argument, and that argument will be the list, because it is itself is a collection of the element, right? So these 3 functions we are using to add element into the list. Thank you.